What is this show you speak of? Oh, yeah. I am but a lonely person who does not know how to work a microphone.
Exactly.
This is the College Gamers Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the College Gamers Podcast. This is going to be a very special episode, ladies and gentlemen, where Taft and I... This is Taft, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, hello.
I am Mike. Taft and I are going to... It's our 2016 roundup episode.
It is. This is the last episode of 2016.
We should have done this a month ago and just let 2016 go away.
Yeah, I wish.
I cannot wait.
At that point, Carrie Fisher would have made it through.
Exactly. And
Rip Carrie Fisher.
I know, right?
You will be Miss Princess Leia.
I was like, 2016 is going to get one big person before we go. Okay, one more big person.
No, okay, so I was talking to one of my friends.
All right.
And at the very
by the way, before we continue, a very positive intro. I like this. I'll continue.
Yeah, of course. It's 2016. It's the last one. Can't have positive intro at this. But we were I saw this thing on Imgur that was a post posted by George R. R. Martin 1 year at the very beginning of the year saying, "I'm gonna write 2016."
No.
And then like a couple weeks ago, he posted, "I'm sorry." And I was talking with one of my friends the day before Carrie Fisher died, and I was like, you know what really sucks though is we're going into the finale, and I don't want to see who it'll be. And
it is the Red Wedding.
And then the next day, Carrie Fisher died.
Gosh, dude, this dumpster fire needs to go away.
It's horrible.
This absolute dumpster fire. But you know what? Talking about video games is a good way to end it.
It's been a decent year for video games.
It has been an excellent year. I would say for video games, it's been a very good year. For movies, it's been a good year.
Okay, I will say for movies, it wasn't good until the end of the year.
It's true.
And like beginning and the end.
I got it. What came out at the beginning of the year?
I think Civil War came out at the beginning of this year.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. DC kind of was on it. Marvel did a good job.
Yeah. What's it called?
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars came in. The new movie Moana.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That was actually really good. Harry Potter was really good.
Really? I didn't see that. I'll be honest, Taft. Not a big Harry Potter fan.
I'm not the biggest fan, but I went on a date with a girl who was a really big fan of it. So
okay. So you had to be a big fan.
Exactly.
I got you.
I was the biggest Harry Potter fan for that one.
You dressed up for Harry Potter. Just
exactly.
One day. I got you.
Actually, I will say though, I did enjoy it a lot more than the regular Harry Potter movies.
I got you.
Yeah.
This one was set in America?
Yes.
I got you. I like that. Was there any cheeseburgers involved?
No.
No? Then it's
no,
not.
but there was a pastry chef.
Oh, well then that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you just want to dive into this?
Let's do it.
First, let's talk about our favorite games. And now everyone who's like sitting there groaning, thinking, oh, they're going to go groan through all the genres. No. Anyone can do that. Like, that's boring. You can go read that list. I thought, let's find a bunch of interesting questions, and we'll just decide crap, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing I'm excited for, Taft, is at the end. I won't tell you yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. So let's just start off. Taft, what was your favorite game of 2016?
My favorite game of 2016 would probably have to be Forza Horizon.
Why is that?
Just because it was an all-around great game. Gameplay was fun. There wasn't much of a story to it, but for the little bit of story that it had, it was a fun, engaging story.
Okay.
And then it's the same story as all the other ones, but it's still just a fun kind of laugh, kind of fun atmosphere and stuff. And the graphics were beautiful, the setting was gorgeous, and mechanics were great. It was all around just a great game.
Honestly, I'm really surprised because I don't take you as a driving video game
And I'm not at all. Like, I'm not a very big fan of driving video games. But that game, the Forza Horizon series, I just love them all.
You love them all. That makes me want to get it just because that's such a complete turn for you.
Exactly, yeah.
I got you. For me, honestly, oh gosh, it has to be between Dishonored and Overwatch. I think I'll have to go with Overwatch. Big surprise.
You will, yeah.
I'm sure everyone's just aghast right now.
What?
Because it was such a big turn for Blizzard. As I've said in the past, I feel like Dishonored was in some way it was more of the same.
Okay.
It didn't put a huge spin on the series, but to be honest, I was perfectly okay with that because I knew what I was getting and I loved it. In fact, I'd say if anything, they improved on the game, but nothing was really new other than the new powers. But my type of play style, a lot of them were lethal powers, and I don't use lethal a lot. You know, I'm more of a, let's see if I can go through this level without being seen or killing anyone. And so I would have to give it to Overwatch. But now this is going to be a fun question, Taft. What is your least favorite game of this dumpster fire of a year?
My least favorite game?
It's a hard one. Okay, is it hard because...
Why don't you answer that one? Why don't you answer that one first?
Oh, no. See, I was kind of hoping you go first to give me time to think.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, man. I don't... my first thought is No Man's Sky.
See,
because
that's what I would want to say, but I didn't play it.
For its false... I guess it was a false promise. I guess that's kind of consensus nowadays. But not because it was a bad game. It was a cool concept, but the game was bad. You know, to be blunt, it was kind of a bad game. It was boring. It was grindy. It was a lot of what it wasn't what they had promised.
Yeah.
In a lot of aspects, but they're not just ditching it for the next project. They are putting out these big updates to fix it.
True.
Trashy, terrible game. I didn't play Call of Duty though. I have no doubts that's not on the list somewhere for a bad games of 2016. Like, I'm sure it wasn't bad, but it was probably just more Call of Duty.
Exactly. I'm gonna say Far Cry Primal.
Why Primal?
It just wasn't what I was expecting.
I got you. I can see that. Oh, you know what? Battleborn.
Yeah. Okay.
Battleborn. It wasn't a bad game, but it did really badly.
Yeah, that was probably... I didn't play that one, so I can't say that one. But out of the games I played, that was probably the worst one.
I got you.
But for out of games that I didn't play or anything like that, I will definitely give it to No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that was the biggest letdown of the year.
I can see that, and I think that's fair. But hopefully they fix it. 2017. Watch 2017 be the year of No Man's Sky, where they come back and they win a bunch of awards or some crap like that, or give us an expansion.
That would be great.
You know, that would be great. Let's move on to late to the party, as I called it. Taft, was there a game that you discovered this year that you just absolutely loved, and if you give Game of the Year to it, you would? Is there any games you ran into like that?
None like that. There is a game that I played that came out in 2015 that I played in 2016 that I really liked, but I definitely wouldn't give it Game of the Year.
Okay, well, maybe not Game of the Year. What game was that?
I wasn't super crazy about it, but I did like it a lot, and that would be what's it called? The Just Cause 3.
Just Cause 3.
Yeah,
that came out in 2015.
That came out towards the end of 2015, I believe.
Wow. Gosh, I feel like it just came out. That makes me feel old.
Yeah, December 1st, 2015.
Wow, I
didn't get it until over the summer.
Really?
Yeah, it's June, July.
I got to pick it up on sale at some point, but that's awesome. I think this was the year I played the first Dishonored.
I think that sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, because I was excited for the second one, and I was like, what's the big hubbub? I'll play the first. And that game was amazing.
Yeah, it's a good game.
That'd definitely be my game of the year. Also, I recently picked up Stardew Valley, and I'm really loving it.
That looks interesting. I never played it, but it looks interesting.
Did you play any of the Harvest Moon games?
No.
No? It's the exact same experience.
Okay.
But I played those in my childhood, so it was like...
Yeah, see, I didn't... I never bought any of those because I was too busy playing Zelda and Mario and stuff like that.
I gotcha.
The big titles, not the little itty-bitty ones.
I gotcha. So yeah, I'd say Dishonored. All right, Taft, this is going to be...
This is an easy question.
We're gonna get some hate mail for this. What console do you think won 2016? Bring the fire.
Okay. This was 2015, PS4. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. And then 2016, it's an easy answer to this. Xbox.
All right. Why is it easy?
Because Xbox fixed every single thing that everybody complained about their console. They updated it. They made it better. They increased it. The company itself is doing better jobs and stuff like that. And the fact that they were able to this year implement backwards compatibility and things like that. They have mods now.
Which I think was a big help. Backwards compatibility.
That and mods, the two biggest things that turned it around. And so I definitely would give it to Xbox. PlayStation 4 didn't do much this year. They added mods, but that's only mods that are made like very specifically for PlayStation. Can't have any outside stuff. Like it's very constrictive. Whereas pretty much if it's on the Steam Workshop, you can have it on Xbox.
I got you. Now I have a theory about that. I think because Xbox lost 2015, that pressured them to evolve.
Exactly. Yes.
To improve themselves.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Their feet were to the fire while PlayStation was in a very comfortable spot.
Exactly. But my argument, I completely agree with that. But the argument, like to not to like put the fire on PlayStation, is the fact that fire was getting real close to their feet at one point, and they just kind of like, oh, I'll wait.
Yeah.
They didn't really do much until the very end of the year when they were significantly behind.
I would argue they just didn't have as much pressure. They felt comfortable where they were.
Exactly, and I'm saying, but once that pressure started to be put on them, they were still like, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's Xbox. They didn't do shit last year.
They got that cocky, maybe.
Exactly, yeah.
I can see that. And recently, Xbox sales have surpassed PlayStation, right?
They did, yes.
When did that? That
was a couple months ago.
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
I got you. I like that swinging back. Like they're coming back from the rear. VR headset of 2016.
I'm gonna say Vive.
You're gonna say
the
Vive?
HTC Vive.
I would have to agree with you because it just seemed like the winner.
It did. It seemed like it was more interactive and things. It just seemed like it was more fun.
Yeah, more people enjoyed it. I definitely think it had more sales because there was certainly more hubbub around it.
I definitely saw more people on YouTube playing it.
Yeah, I can see that. But I had something I wanted to say. I think what really helped them was the deal with Valve.
Probably,
and that on the Steam store, they're kind of the VR headset. They're kind of plastered right on the front.
Okay, yeah.
The front page.
It's true.
I think that was a really good play on them. And I don't know what the hell Oculus Rift is doing. First of all, Oculus Rift made some mistakes. There are some promises that they made that they didn't fulfill with, like what was it? DVR? No, DVM. What's anti-copyright?
Oh, what do you mean?
It's like DRM. DRM. It's something that like you can't like copy a game and like have someone else play it or something along
like
those
that,
lines. Yeah. It's essentially an anti
copyright.
Yeah, tool. And they made promises that they wouldn't follow that, from what I understand, and they went back on those.
Okay.
So I think they had some community issues, and HTC Vive. I think they kind of came out of nowhere. Honestly,
yeah.
Like Oculus Rift was the VR headset. No, they didn't really have a lot of competition, and then HTC Vive came in, and I think kind of took them by surprise. But that's also probably partially 2015 because these things were such like long development processes, So I think that that's a multi-year span. All right, Taft, what game dev company do you think really killed it this year?
I'm gonna give it to Blizzard.
I'm
gonna give it to Blizzard with Overwatch. They
Overwatch?
just came in and killed it, and then they also released their new expansion for. Didn't they release a new expansion this year? Or was that last
World of
year?
Warcraft was this year. Yeah,
it was this year. Yeah,
it was over the summer.
So yeah, I would say that Blizzard pretty solidly won it.
They did a good job this year. As we've said in the past with Overwatch and the change of direction. Now, what game company do you think dropped the ball and just bombed this year absolutely miserably?
Okay, like halfway through this year, I would have solidly said EA.
Yeah,
solidly.
Why?
Said
Why?
EA.
Why is that?
Because they had Catalyst come out, which was a total freaking flop.
I don't remember.
Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah,
just total flop. And then they had.
I didn't hear jack shit about that game after it came out.
And that was the biggest thing that they had because Battlefront was last year. But you know what? Battlefront was last year.
Battlefront was okay. I thought you meant Battlefield.
No, Battlefield is what brought them back.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said them. But so I'm gonna have to say, sadly, to my own chagrin, I'm gonna have to say Ubisoft.
Why is that? Why did the dear, like your favorite child, Ubisoft? Why did they drop the ball, Taft? Let it out.
Because Watch Dogs 2, I'm currently playing it and it's not great.
The first one wasn't great either.
No, like it's not bad. It's better than the first one, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's not great.
I got you.
And then I don't know. I just feel like either them or Activision.
Or Activision.
Or Activision, yeah.
Why Activision?
Because Activision just released the same thing. They always release.
I got you. I can see that. Honestly, I think Gearbox kind of messed things up.
But also with Ubisoft Mafia 3, as much as I liked Mafia 3, it was also kind of a flop.
Yeah, you didn't have high...
What was it, Mafia 3 Ubisoft? I don't think it was, actually. So never mind, I take that back.
Was that...
That was 2K. That was 2K, that's what it was.
You. Honestly, I'd give it to Gearbox because I think they dropped the ball with Battleborn. I think they...
I forgot about that. Yep, I just kind of repressed that memory. Yep. Take back everything I just said.
It was that bad.
Completely agree.
See, the thing is, Taft, you remembered the other games.
Yeah. No, I completely forgot about Battleborn. We talked about Battleborn 5 minutes ago. At the most, completely forgot about it.
Gearbox is probably looking at the next few years thinking, oh, crap, we need to make some money.
Yeah. Yep.
I just think... And I feel so sorry for them because Overwatch came out almost the exact same time, and I think they just got... They didn't have stand.
That's exactly what it was. It was Battleborn and Overwatch. They were the two that were going to be competing, and Battleborn got shit on.
Battleborn wasn't even a speck on the map. I feel so sad for them, but it wasn't anything new, as I've said in the past.
They didn't stand a snowball's chance in hell in a volcano. Like
they did pretty miserably.
That was horrible.
And I don't know if it was their marketing team or that it just wasn't new.
I don't think it was their marketing team. I just think that it was the game.
The game? Why the game?
Because a lot of people pre-ordered and bought the game at first and then returned it because it was crap.
Yeah. And Overwatch is there saying, it was looking like a great game.
Exactly. And Overwatch's marketing team wasn't it didn't have the biggest marketing plan. It just kind of was like word of mouth marketing.
Exactly. And they got a bunch of... I think a big push to Overwatch was that they let a lot of people weren't so happy about this, but it was kind of obvious that streamers and big community members got into the early access.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Into the alpha. People were pretty salty about that.
But it's also understandable because they didn't want to spend much money on the press.
Exactly. It was testing and it was also marketing. And I thought that was a big deal because you get these big Twitch followings. These people who play games. So I think they made some smarter moves. I'll be honest. All right. This is gonna be a fun one, Taft. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do this year is we should award a College Gamers Podcast Game of the Year award.
Okay.
All right. And you know what they would win?
What will they win?
I was like, we should just go overboard. Just completely overboard.
Okay.
And Taft, if you don't want to go into this idea with me,
okay,
I figured I'd just write them a very formal letter.
Okay.
But Taft, if you pay half this item,
okay,
we will send them a 5-inch. I was looking around. We can send them a 5-inch custom acrylic award plaque.
Yes. I'm so about this.
And we can get it'd be like $30. Make 15 each. We'll get it custom engraved. Be like, for the achievement of this game, the College Gamers Podcast Game of the Year. We got to do this.
I completely agree. All right. I'm 100% behind this.
So now the hard part is agreeing on a game of the year.
I know you're going to say Overwatch.
Okay, what's your...
I want to give it to Forza.
Forza? I can see that. I can see it.
And I can see with Overwatch as well. I can see that as well.
It's going to be hard.
Let's hash this out.
All right. I would argue Overwatch because it was something brand new. But all right, what did Forza do anything special? Anything specific?
See, what sells Forza for me so much is the detail that goes into it. They literally had people sitting outside in the Australian outback for days on end with a camera pointed at the sky just so that they could have the proper sunset.
That is a attention to detail I can really respect.
And also there were multiple times when going through Forza and getting to certain positions where I just sit there and I go, holy crap, this is a gorgeous setting. I get to drive through this. I
have a question. Is there a destructible environment?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Like the trees and stuff like that.
I got you.
Okay. But if I hit a rock, I'm not going to destroy the rock. I'm not going to destroy somebody's house, even though there are houses.
I got you. You won't go through someone's house.
Exactly. I wish you could. That'd be great.
That'd be so fun. But okay, I'm gonna bounce the ball back over here and
Okay.
say Overwatch. When you look at the rest of Blizzard's games, the art style is very unique.
It is.
They went somewhere, I think, brand new with their art team, and I think if you know the story behind Overwatch, it is a redemption story of that development team failing miserably with Project Titan, and them just being depressed. There are stories of them. They're just they had to find themselves, and I think they came back in this amazing way by making this amazing game Overwatch.
It's true, and I can agree with that. But
All right. Your turn, Taft.
Okay, but you see, my counter argument to that is right there. You're focusing on just the team itself.
Okay.
This is not what team deserves Game of the Year the most. This is what game. This is what game deserves Game of the Year. Just because they did something new comparatively to all their other games doesn't mean that the game is any better than anything else. It just means that it's more unique than what the company has done before.
Damn, you were in the debate team in high school, right?
No.
For some reason you're just really good at this. Oh, that was I need like a drink of water or something. Fan me. I don't even know.
I'm sitting over here sipping coffee real quick.
It's about the game, Mike, but that's none of my business.
Exactly.
Jeez. Oh man. Oh, give me a second.
I completely agree that it is different and that should be respected, but I don't think that would contribute to a Game of the Year.
Ooh. Okay, all right, give me a second. I need to come back from this. I need to bandage myself. Jeez. All right.
Medic.
Yeah, really. All right. All right. What is? Oh man, I don't want to say checkmate yet.
What makes Overwatch so much better than every other game, but not so much more unique because it's not incredibly unique.
It is. There are things similar to it.
It's basically at its core, it's Team Fortress 2. It is very different from Team Fortress 2.
Very.
But at its core, it is Team Fortress 2.
They are,
and which is at the same thing. You can say that Forza at its core is Need for Speed, but
I can see that.
Neither one of them is incredibly unique. There's no such thing as a unique story or a unique game anymore.
Yes. One thing. All right. Here's one thing I want to say. All the characters are very fleshed out.
Okay.
I would say when you look at Team Fortress,
but
they have personalities.
Okay. Are you saying that they're fleshed out in the game? Or are you saying they're fleshed out in their marketing campaign? Because they are a lot more fleshed out, especially once you watch their marketing campaign. But before that, Tracer's just some chick who teleports all over the place and goes,
"True,
cavalry's here."
But even before all of those, before the trailers, before the character videos, you have these interactions in game between characters that leads you, the player, to you see those bonds between Winston and Tracer because of the interactions in game.
Okay.
And that allows you to create your own story. And it leads you down. They're kind of holding your hand down. Why are these characters connected?
Okay.
What makes them best friends the way they are?
Okay.
And that's in game. And I think that's a design choice to not just spoon feed us a story, but to let us wonder.
And I can easily concede the point that Overwatch has a better overarching story than Forza does, because Forza's story is literally, hey, you won last year's Forza tournament or Horizon tournament. This year, you get to lead it again.
You'll be honest, Taft. It never hit me that Forza might have a story.
It does.
I've never asked you about it.
It has a very small one. It is, and it's not very fleshed out. It's just you won last year, so this year you get to lead it again.
Well,
and then you have. But the thing that there's one carry. There's you and one other person or two other people. There's some super redneck who works on your car, and he's great.
Okay. All right.
And then there's your assistant who's quite witty and funny and has a very attractive voice, but you don't get to really see her except for she's animated. So, but
I gotcha. I can see that.
But
kind of like the faceless.
Exactly.
Guide.
Yeah, you see her for 10 seconds. But like I said, I will concede easily that Overwatch has the better overarching story. It does.
Okay.
But I will say that from the little that I've played Overwatch, the mechanics are good. I would say that the mechanics and the detail and stuff in Forza are better. I would say detail oriented wise, I would give it to Forza.
Okay. I can see that. I haven't played it, so I'm just gonna take your award.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take your
award.
I'm gonna take your award. It's mine now. That the detail in Forza is probably better. And I would agree with you because I would say they have a narrower objective where they want the cars to feel good on the terrain, and they want to make it seem real,
Yeah.
They're worried about friction, traction. They're worried about the physics of the game. Where I'd say to make Overwatch feel polished, you have to worry about player mechanics, map objectives, map balancing, character animations to make sure they look smooth when in combat, and you're not looking at some kindergartners pages being flipped through.
Okay.
It's not a slideshow. And I'd say quality of gameplay, quality of the game, I think is very high.
Yes, and I would agree with that.
And I think they deserve it because they have a broader objective. They have a broader amount to focus on.
See, that's where I think that
This is really fun, by the way.
it is. I'm having a very good time doing this. I would disagree with that it's necessarily broader. I would say that they're about the same. Maybe a little bit broader on Overwatches, but about the same, because you have to remember that for Horizon, every car that you race is somebody else's car in the game. Like somebody else who owns the game, and it drives the way that they drive. So
wait, explain. I think you've talked about this before.
Okay, so say, and it's typically like your friend or something like that you're friends with on there. Their
Okay.
car is going to be, or a drivatar is what they're called.
Yeah.
The way that they drive has been calculated and viewed, and the way that they typically drive
Okay.
is in the game. So if I'm playing and if I just want to mess up my drivatar, I'll start ramming cars to my left. Not the cars to my right. If you're on my right, you're fine. But if I always ram the car to my left,
Yeah.
my drivatar, if you're on my left, will start to ram you.
That's really funny.
Over time, it'll calculate that that's what I like to do.
Okay.
So there's that detail,
Okay.
that every car that you race and every car that you see that's another drivatar drives the way that person drives.
Okay.
Then you have the roads and stuff that had to be laid out. That's incredibly detailed.
Mm-hmm.
But also, those roads have to be put out in a way that they're realistic, but yet at the same time are able to be raced on.
What do you mean by able to be raced on?
You can't have you can't have the grid lock that you would have in a big city or something like that.
Okay.
You could, but it'd be really hard.
Nobody wants to race through rush hour traffic.
Exactly.
I got you.
And then you also have to respect the detail of certain landmarks that they put into it. Like there are multiple areas in Australia that are actually viewed. You're actually able to drive up and take a picture of and stuff like that in the game. And then also you have to remember that every race that they do is made off-road and stuff like that. They have to go into detail, and you're saying how they have to have the capture points and stuff like that. I think for every race that you have to have a specific layout for it. And there's tons of different types of races, because I can say I want to do a race in this position, this race, this kind of race in this area. That'll change it. That'll change the way that the map lays out. If I want to say I want to do a sprint in this area versus I want to do a circuit in this area.
Okay.
And it even changes depending on what kind of car you use.
And wait, so the map changes depending on your car?
The trail that you would take or something like that will sometimes change depending on what type of car you use. If I use an off-road one versus a sports car, it'll let me use more roads if I'm using a sports car.
Interesting. I like that. So it kind of changes the map to your play style?
Kind of.
Okay.
I mean, it definitely pushes you to use certain cars in certain areas. Like if I'm doing an uphill challenge, like a hill climb, obviously they're gonna be pushing me to use the off-road one, and they probably won't even change it if I use the Lamborghini. But there are certain ones where they're like, okay, you have the option to either do the sports car race or the off-road race in this area. Which one do you want to do?
I got you.
And so you get to choose, and that'll choose what courses and stuff you get, and then you can go back and use the other one.
I got you. That's actually a really interesting point, and I like that. And I completely forgot about the the racers will take driving aspects from actual players. I thought that was really interesting. But all right, I'm gonna
I think that the bots are a lot more detailed, so that kind of negates the point of
because the bots in Overwatch can be pretty stupid sometimes.
Exactly.
I'll be honest. But all right, I'm gonna make the argument. All right, I'm kind of struggling here. All right, give me a second. I gotta counter this because because I'm trying to listen and digest what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I feel it.
Let's see. I would say that Overwatch. One thing going for Overwatch is that it's becoming a big challenger in the esports thing. Like I think it has some possibilities to be a big esports game.
There we go again, going with outside things of the games. It doesn't matter what happens outside. We are focused solely on the game.
It's true. Well, again, I think it's not too far off to say a game that has a major impact on the industry.
Okay, that's fair.
Like to talk about the game's impact.
And it's not. But I think that goes more to the development team than it does the game itself. I can concede.
Well, in our defense, the award is going to the development team.
The reward we're sending them is because we can't physically send it to Tracer or the drivers. Like,
I wonder how they would respond if we said, this just goes to the Lamborghini on my third race. Can you please send it to the driver? Interesting. Okay, one question I am slightly concerned about is, who do you think would accept the reward without, like, giving it to Homeland Security?
Honestly, I think both ones will probably do it because Blizzard seems like they're very good about their, like,
PR team.
Yeah, their PR team, and like they're very good with their market and stuff like that, and their fans. But the team that works on Forza Horizon is very small.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
This is all they do.
Really?
This is literally all they do.
I didn't know that.
Their job is to make the perfect racing game.
I did not know that. That's really interesting.
They don't even work on Forza Motorsports. All they work on is Forza Horizon.
Are they? Okay, wait. Are they in the USA?
No, I do not think they are.
Ooh, okay. That's shipping. You're paying for half of shipping, right?
No, I'm just paying for half the reward.
Okay, I think you should pay for half of shipping if you win.
Okay.
No, no matter what, you'll have to pay half. All right.
Too late. We are.
Well, jeez. I'm kind of stuck here because I'm more of a. I'm less of a, I guess, like game art person. More of a like, what the technical aspects, like and
I think both of them have incredible technical aspects to them.
I think they're definitely very good games, and this is hard.
It is.
If we should have like voted this or something.
Yeah.
This is really good. Is anyone in chat? Is chat saying anything? Where's my chat thing? Here we go. All right. No. Okay. All right. You know, Taft, I believe I might be in a stalemate here. You were making some very good points.
Yeah.
And that might just be because I am a shitty arguer and you're very good. This is a one-sided fight. I think I should make a phone call.
Phone a friend.
But all right. I think I'll give it to you. Just because you made a very good argument.
Okay.
And
you did as well.
I like a lot of your points. I'm also very impressed with it takes some work, I'm sure, to make a car drive through mud and snow well. And that's something very respectable.
Okay.
So, Taft, I think you win. Okay. I think we're going to be sending a 5-inch frosted engraved plaque to the development team. You know what? All right. Who makes Forza? It's Forza
Horizon 3.
Forza Horizon 3. What's the developers?
Make sure you look at the. It's made by Microsoft, but there's a very specific. Turn 10 is the studio that really focuses on it.
Turn 10 Studios. All right. Do they have an address? Headquarters?
Oh, they are in they're in Washington apparently.
Oh, nice. All right. That's where Microsoft is based.
I could have sworn that they were in
Turn 10
the UK.
Studios contact. Let's see if we can find an address.
Okay, we can do this off
we'll do
the air.
This offline. But this is gonna be a lot of fun. Then we'll have to agree on what goes on the thing. But
exactly.
Good job, Taft. That was a lot of fun.
I had a good time doing that.
You made some good points.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna go well. And this is gonna be fun. I can't wait for the rejection letter, and it's just gonna go back on my shelf. But you know what?
It's gonna be great.
The rejection letter will be framed. All right, Taft. Let's move on to our forecasts, our predictions. What will the future hold? That is the question that we are all asking for next year. So, Taft, we both have predictions. I figured we would alternate.
Okay.
Would you like to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, yeah, go first. Well, wait. What do you think 2017 has in store?
Okay. So I think VR is going to become a much bigger thing than it is now. Not necessarily at the beginning of the year, but I think towards the end of the year, prices and stuff on VR headsets and other things like that, and the games will be more refined to the point to where it's going to be more common among the general populace.
I like this prediction.
That's my prediction.
Really I have something that's similar.
Okay.
I said we will get an announcement from a AAA game studio on a full AAA VR game, because right now when you look through Steam, we have a lot of, they almost feel like demos.
Okay,
I heard mentioned. And when you look at them, the graphics aren't very refined. I think the closest thing to a AAA game we have right now is Fallout 4 kind of supports it. But it's not, you can't walk around and look through the game. And the game I'm talking about probably won't be Vive-like. It will probably be you're sitting in a chair.
Probably.
On a keyboard and mouse. Probably a controller, because that's friendly for not being able to see your keyboard.
Yeah,
but I think it's gonna be sit down, but it's gonna be a full-fledged VR game, and I think that's what VR needs to survive.
It does. That's exactly what it needs.
If they don't get AAA support, then they're not going to be a mainstream thing.
No,
even if prices come down, because the games aren't there, So I agree with you, and I hope it comes true, because that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
I really want a VR headset. But not if the games are crappy.
Okay, what else you got?
All right, I think we get a Cyberpunk 2077 trailer. Or
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's not going to be gameplay.
You know what? No, I think we will get a trailer because we'll be within the release window. The 4-year release window.
4 or 5 years. But I think we get a trailer, probably E3. I'd say E3.
Yeah.
Like
a teaser trailer again.
A teaser trailer. I think we get a full-blown trailer. Because
I don't think it's going to be a full-blown one. I don't think that it will be a full-blown trailer until they can show us a little bit of gameplay.
I got you. Well,
I think it'll be more detailed than it is in the other one, but I think it'll be a little bit more of a teaser than a regular trailer.
I think hopefully we'll get a little bit of our main character.
Yeah.
And for some reason, all I can think, because at the moment, all I can think of is Geralt.
In the future?
Yeah, in the future.
I wouldn't be upset by that.
Oh, I would not be. He's pretty fun to look at. But yeah, I think we're getting some 2077 stuff.
Yeah.
I hope I'm gonna put it down that we get a trailer this year.
I would agree with that.
All right, Taft, your turn. Here we go.
Okay, so I would just disagree on what kind of trailer. Okay, so I think towards the end of this year, we're going to see the reemergence of Assassin's Creed as a big game, like big gaming series.
Okay. When would you say they stopped being a big game series?
I would say that 4 was probably their last big one.
Okay.
If not 3.
Okay. And why do you think they're going to? Because
that was back when they were doing their every year release. They've realized that doesn't work anymore, and so to try and fix that, they're only doing the bi-yearly release.
Okay.
And so I think that right there will allow them to really work on the mechanics that they have and fix the bugs that everybody knows about Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. And I think that by doing that, will put them back on the map as a big gaming series, because it is still Ubisoft's flagship series.
I like that. And I think you're right. I think a 2-year development cycle, they're going to be able to get some good quality.
Exactly, because they get some damn good games out of a single year of development.
Yeah. I'm sure it's also very stressful and tiring on their team.
Exactly. And so this way they're going to be able to get a lot more done with a lot less stress.
Exactly. Which leads, I think, to better quality.
Exactly.
All right. I like where you're going with this. All right. I think in 2017, we get a trailer, we get an announcement. I'm getting all the announcements out of the ones first.
That's fine.
The bigger stuff is going to be later. But we get the announcement of a fan-made or ex-dev-made Fable game.
I would love to see that.
I think someone's going to pick it up.
I really hope we see that. I really do.
Because the team, there are some whispers that they kind of want to pick it up.
I would love to, like I said, I would love to see that. I would,
and I think
absolutely love that.
I think the fan base is there.
Oh, it's definitely there.
It's gonna be that mysterious Battlefield 3 game. So maybe something along those lines.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be a quality game, and I think it's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
But, I think we get some Fable stuff.
I hope so.
It won't be during E3. It'll be during a lull in the news, and it'll come as a surprise to everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it. All right.
Okay. I think at E3, we're going to get an announcement for the new Elder Scrolls game.
I also said this.
That will be set in Valenwood. I'm getting specific with this one.
I like it. What the hell's in Valenwood?
That is the Wood Elf area.
What? Oh, so tall trees.
There, it's right by Elsewhere, which is the Khajiit place, which is desert. It's got forest, it's got desert, it's got grasslands, it's got beaches. It's got a whole broad environment that we could be able to explore.
I like this. Did you ever play Star Wars Battlefront?
The new one?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know the indoor map?
Yeah.
I really hope it's like that.
That's exactly what it should be like.
Super
just
dense.
massive trees, super dense forest. They should have like cities in the trees.
I gotcha. All right, I'm gonna throw this out to you, Taft.
Okay.
People are tired of one zone at a time.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that game. I just don't think that it's gonna happen.
You don't think we're gonna get a two zone game?
I think what will happen is we'll get Valenwood at the release.
Okay.
DLC will be Elsewhere, and then more DLC will be like Hammerfell or Cyrodiil.
Maybe a small Skyrim like place.
I think that they can go and do something pretty big now.
Yeah.
Like
I
think that they could probably give you the entire region.
They've had 5 years.
Exactly. I'm saying like I think they can give you the entire region for Valenwood. For the next DLC, they could give you the entire region for a different place and the entire region for a different place.
I gotcha. I'd be perfectly okay with that. Do you think this is getting a little theory crafty? But do you think we're gonna be stuck in that linear? You start here, you go here at first.
Yes,
gotcha.
That's just you have to start a game off like that. It's very hard to not do that.
It is, but if we can have two zones, why not choose?
Oh, I mean, if you get to choose where you start or something like that, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Then at that point, like depending what zone you choose, you start off in a different way.
Yeah.
But in the end, if you choose Valenwood, you start off as a prisoner, or if you choose Hammerfell, you start off as a prisoner, but just under different circumstances.
I got you. Are you always a prisoner?
Yes, for Elder Scrolls, for at least for the last two that you have been.
I didn't know that.
I don't know about Morrowind.
I gotcha. Well, speaking of Elder Scrolls, I did say the same thing, but you mentioned E3.
Yeah, I think at E3.
I think at E3 as well. So we talked about VR. I'm just going to mention this real quick.
Okay.
I think we get a lightweight, less powerful, but wireless VR headset.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going about. Like, and it's gonna be cheaper.
yeah, it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be cheaper because it's wireless.
I could see it being okay. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Okay, yeah, fair. But I think that'll lead to the like VR being cheaper.
I think we will get. I think we'll probably get the next by the end of 2017. We'll get the next generation of headsets, and the ones we have now will get cheaper.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm okay with that. But I think wireless headsets is the obvious next step because that gives us more freedom instead of these like about to hang yourself death traps that are currently VR. You know, you're walking through your room with the HTC Vive, you trip, twist, and just hang yourself right there.
Exactly.
You know, that's I think wireless is the obvious next step.
Okay. It's my next prediction, I guess.
Okay. All right.
So I think towards the end of the year, around December time and something like that, we are going to get just an onslaught of at least announcements, if not releases, of a bunch of different Star Wars games.
I said the same thing.
Just an onslaught surrounded that's going to be coming around episode 8. I think that we're just going to have like the 2 months leading up to it are going to be announcements and releases, announcements and releases.
Okay, I agree with you except for one thing. I don't think they're going to be released that close to each other because I don't think EA wants to saturate their own base like that.
Okay, so we know that there are about 5 companies doing it currently.
Oh, yeah.
So
floodgates are a brewing.
Oh, exactly. So my prediction is that we have an announcement at E3 or right at the beginning of the year or something like that.
Definitely gameplay and demo for one.
Exactly. But at E3 they're going to have a Star Wars game. That's a guaranteed thing. They're going to have to.
With release date.
Exactly. But I'm saying I think sometime early this year we're going to get an announcement with a release date that will be a month, 2 months in advance of the movie being released. So November and or October.
And that's Disney scratching their back and EA scratching theirs.
Exactly. And that's gonna generate hype. Like the hype for the movie is gonna propel the game. The game's gonna propel hype for the movie. Then the movies in that time we're gonna get a release. And a trailer or something like that for the next one. Then after that, we are going to get like right at the movie or something like that. Right after the movie, give it like another month.
Okay.
So January or something like that, we're going to have a release or towards the end of December, I guess.
Okay.
We're going to have a release and another announcement. And then towards like February, March, because February is a decent time for releases and stuff like that. It's the first quarter and stuff like that. So maybe February we'll have that release for that second one.
I can see that. All right. This is going to be kind of a stretch, but do you think we'll get a game trailer at the movie?
No.
No?
I that did cross my mind as I was saying it, but I don't think we will because I just don't think that movies, like in the theaters and stuff like that, I don't really think they like to show video game trailers and stuff.
Okay. Well, it's the perfect time to try it.
It'd be an excellent time to do it. I just don't think that they will.
I gotcha.
I completely think they should. I think that would be a brilliant choice and would honestly probably get them a lot more people to buy their games. But I don't think they will.
I think if they have a family-oriented Star Wars game in development right now, I think they're gonna give us a trailer at the movie because you're gonna have these families with their kids. The kids are gonna see the trailer. They're gonna be excited.
See, I don't think theaters want to show those. I think theaters want to show, here's the movie that you can come see at our theater.
That is a good point. I can see that, but I'm thinking that maybe it's gonna be a Disney or EA sponsored thing.
I don't think so.
I got you. Because they'll be paid to show it.
I would like to see it. I just don't think they will.
I got you. Well, I think they do. One of us will be right.
It's gonna be me.
It's probably gonna be you, but I'll hold on to this. I'll hold on to this prediction. I also said that EA dishes out Star Wars stuff, and that we get the first game by the end of this year. 2017.
Okay.
Taft, we get our first Star Wars game in 2 days. A bold prediction. No, I think we get our first game by the end of 2017, and that we know 2 more by the end of the year.
Okay.
I think E3 is going to become a Star Wars thing for EA.
Okay.
That's all they're going to talk about.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear about this big off the wall prediction now.
Off the wall prediction. I think it's going to be. All right. In the midst of all this crazy like Star Wars shit that's happening during 2017. I think now this might be because I've been doing recently. I've been looking into a lot of machine learning techniques.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get a game that recently machine learning has become more. It's more enterprise now. Google and Microsoft, they've opened up their tools. I think we get a game that uses machine learning, and it is kind of like the main aspect of the game. And if we get a game that changes to how we play, it lives, it breathes, everyone will experience it differently in a way we've never seen before because the game will adapt to how you play. And let's say, for example, a GTA game that looks at your play style. So it's going to be the small things that matter. So let's say the GTA game. Say you, the player, you like to start gunfights in certain areas of the city. You'll see increased police patrols. Police will be smarter. They'll learn your escape routes. The games will adapt to how you play, and it'll become harder over time because the game learns you.
Okay.
And even characters will learn to play around your play style. And this will be good for stealth games. It's not just, we have seen adaptive stealth games like in Metal Gear. If
True.
you like to make headshots, your enemies will start wearing helmets. Body shots, they'll start wearing bulletproof vests. But their machine learning can be implemented in a way that their patrols will change that you've never seen before because it's learned he likes to use high points. Or even environmental changes. Like you like to use caves, we blew up the caves. I think we're going to see games adapt to the way we play that we've never seen before. And you know what the perfect example is?
What?
Your drivers in Forza Motorsports.
Yeah.
The game learns how they play.
It's true.
And they implement it for you.
I don't think we'll see that this year. I don't. I feel like that's a very big step, and I don't think we'll see that this year. But I do see us getting a game like that in the near future.
I gotcha. I think we get at least an announcement saying...
I can see an announcement late in the year.
Yeah, I can see that because they've only recently been open source. Like Google just open sourced their thing over the summer, and it's gonna take some. Thank you. It's gonna take some. Time to develop them, but I think it's only a matter of time. And we've seen it already. Taft, your drivers. I'm pretty sure that's a machine learning thing, and Microsoft has the tools for that. They have the developers for it.
Okay.
So, but I think we get a full-fledged game that changes. Everyone is different, and it's not just things like Skyrim and these small things that they change, but they're kind of pre-programmed to change eventually. These are things that I think the developers will look at their games and be like, "Whoa, we didn't know it could do that. That's kind of incredible." And I think we get an announcement at least, and if we get a game, that'd be amazing. Whether it's going to be indie or not, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be an indie. I bet it's going to be a Kickstarter game.
I think I would agree that this the idea will start off as a Kickstarter game, but I don't think that Kickstarter game will exactly succeed.
I can see that. It is it's a big deal.
It is.
I think it's a big investment. So, but yeah, that's my big off the wall prediction.
Okay, my off the wall prediction.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is that we are going to see an announcement for a sequel to Shadow of Mordor.
Oh Lord, I didn't finish that game.
They left it off on a cliffhanger for a sequel.
All right,
they really did, and I think that this year would be a good year to see it. It's been multiple years since it's been released. Mm-hmm. At least an announcement. If not, I would love to see a release. Not going to see a release, but I would love to see one. But an announcement at E3 or sometime in the year that they're like, "Hey, we're at least working on it."
Yeah. Who made that game?
That's a great question.
Is it EA?
Megalith, I think.
Megalith? I've never
Monolith.
heard of them.
Let me look it up.
I bet they're a Microsoft company. Bet you $1. Microsoft company right now.
Okay. They're Monolith Productions.
Are they owned by anyone?
No.
Oh darn.
Actually they are. And it would be Warner Brothers.
I should have guessed a movie place. That makes perfect sense. Warner Brothers probably owns the rights to them.
It's been 2 years since they released Shadow of Mordor in 2014.
Okay.
So about 2 years for at least an announcement.
For an announcement, that makes sense.
Yeah.
For a full game?
Yeah, they're not going to see the game, but an announcement 3 years later.
3 years later? I'm okay with that.
2017? I feel like that's a good one. In a 4-year development time.
That's solid for any game.
Exactly.
That's why I'm surprised we haven't seen this Elder Scrolls yet. But I'm okay with that. If that comes true, that'd be awesome.
Elder Scrolls is going on their 6th year. They released 11/11/11.
Yes, but I also blame stupid online for that.
Oh yeah, completely.
It's totally their fault. But I like that. And you know what? That's probably a bit more reasonable than mine, but 2 years is early. I can see that being off the wall.
Yeah. I mean,
like
we're going into our 3rd year. It'll be the 3rd year announcement and stuff like that. It'll just be an announcement. It's what makes it off the wall is the fact that we haven't heard anything about a Shadow of Mordor or anything like that at all.
Do we know what the studio's been up to?
No, not really.
Not really? Ooh.
So that's why I think that they've been working
Mysterious.
on
Something's been...
There have been a few rumors that they're working on something, but we haven't really heard anything big.
I got you. Would you be okay with a new Lord of the Rings Online?
No.
No?
No.
That's a interesting, just like big all-out prediction. New Elder Scrolls Online. Because when you look at the old one, it's pretty damn old.
Yeah. Big off-the-wall prediction that there's a WoW competitor comes out this year.
A WoW killer. Ooh.
No, not at all. That's not going to happen.
No. Every MMO that comes out, people call the WoW killer, but it never is.
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, I can see that. Because, have we gotten any Lord of the Rings stuff lately?
Nope.
That's a franchise that seems to somehow barely stay alive without being forgotten. But that just might be because of my nerd culture.
That's just because it's one of the greatest stories ever told.
Amen. The Hobbit is the best book ever written.
It's a great book.
It's a great book.
Great book.
It's personally my favorite book ever.
Fair enough.
What is yours?
I really don't know what my favorite, what the best book I ever read is.
I don't read enough to.
Exactly. but I wouldn't say The Hobbit. I love The Hobbit, but as a whole, Lord of the Rings is better than The Hobbit.
I can see that. I'm currently reading through I'm currently reading a lot of books actually, so I'm just not going to finish this.
I'm currently reading through the Game of Thrones series.
Really? How's that?
Song of Ice and Fire. Long.
I gotcha. Well, video games, Taft.
Yeah. I would love to see I would love to see a Game of Thrones game. Would freaking love that. That would be amazing.
Telltale, open world.
They've already done a Telltale.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
I would love to see an open world one.
Open world, Skyrim, like open world.
Skyrim, yeah.
I can see that. That'd be really cool. They have the world for it.
They definitely have the lore in the world for it.
They have the people. They have characters. I mean, I'm sure there's plot somewhere in there they can explore.
It'd be great, dude. And it would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, but do they want to depend on their watch base? What do you call people that watch your TV show?
Just people who watch human beings. Because who doesn't watch Game of Thrones at this point?
I'm raising my hand auditorily.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Only because I don't watch TV. We don't have HBO Go.
That sounds like a lot of excuses.
It is because I think by having cable HBO, we probably have HBO Go.
Yes, you do actually.
Yeah. So I just need to watch it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things to watch.
Dude, it's great. It really is. I know you, and I know you well. Yeah. You would love it.
I would love it.
You would love it.
All right. Maybe I can talk Cammy into watching with me. Do you think she would like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of story and stuff behind it, and a lot of exposition, and a lot of really good stuff. I mean, it's brutal at times, but
I got you.
Just got to get past being able to see some boobies and some penis.
Well, let's end it on that, everyone. All right. Taft. I think it's been our first full year of podcasts.
Yeah. This is the very first time we've ever done a full year of podcasts.
And that has been a damn good year.
It has.
I think we have improved a really good amount. I fumbled that sentence. That just shows how I haven't improved. Okay.
Yeah.
Kidding. We have had an excellent year. I think we should thank everyone for listening.
Oh, definitely. Big thank you to all the people who have consistently listened to us throughout the year.
And this is your first episode. We love you.
Thank you just as much. Like, we really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys.
Yes. It's been an awesome year. Thank you everyone that listens, all the feedback, all the emails. They've all been incredible. We love all of you. If I had all of your addresses, I would send you cheese wheels. But I don't have your address.
Like Skyrim style cheese wheels?
Yes.
Nice.
That they must consume immediately to regain health.
Exactly.
And send the video back.
And we'll send you some more.
We will then send you 7 potatoes, 3 carrots, and a tomato.
And a head of cabbage.
And you must consume that as well. 2016 Taft, I think was a great year. I think we can make 2017 even better.
Exactly. I completely agree.
I think we're trying new stuff all the time.
We are.
With the new segment. And we've been talking about maybe adding a third person. Honestly,
that's the very first time you've mentioned that on the podcast.
We talked about it a little bit on the podcast, yes. Though I don't even know if I can corral 2 people. But it might be fun. But again, no promises. But we're looking to new things. And first of all, feedback is really important because y'all are the ultimate judges of the show. Like, whether you like it or dislike it is really important to us. And here's the thing, like, as the makers, we will always be biased about the show. So it's hard to gauge what we think is good might not be as good as we think. What we think is bad might be really awesome and we don't know it. I've been getting in the habit of listening to the show. Taft, you have too.
I'm trying, but it's so freaking hard to listen to my cell phone recording.
It is a hell of a bump to get over, but yeah, it's really awkward. It's hard. I'm sitting there at work listening to myself, and I feel so what's the word? Narcissistic.
Yeah.
But it's quality control. And it's an important thing, And so if you have any feedback that can maybe lead us into the new year being even better, you should send it to us. The email is thecollegegamersshow@gmail.com. If it's a quality control thing, if you have a question or a segment idea, I'm always looking for new ideas for segments. Send it to us, please. We would love it. Like, good, bad. Even if it's a hate mail for me never seeing Game of Thrones, send it. Go ahead. I'll reply.
Or how we have the new segment and stuff like that. That's Mike's quizzing me. If you have a quiz for me or something like that, go ahead and send it. See if you can outsmart me.
That sounds like fun. That should be a segment all to itself. Can you outsmart Taft?
Because Mike has yet to do it. I have come out on the higher end every time we've done a quiz.
Every time. I gotta find something that really gets you.
There we go.
I'll have to do like some weird like anime quiz.
No, it has to be video games.
Has to be anime video game. I don't even know.
JRPGs.
Very specific JRPG questions that even I don't know the answer to. I spent 7 years. I spent 7
years coming up with this quiz.
Spent 7 days looking for this answer. Haven't slept. All right. Yeah, we got big plans. And 2017, gonna be a big year. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. And happy New Year's to everyone.
Happy New Year's.
Be safe, you bunch of munchkins.
Hope you had a great holiday. Hope the next semester's good to you.
Yeah. Hope good semester. Hope the good next year. May your GPA thrive.
Exactly, because God knows I need it.
All right, before we get out of here, Taft, you get anything good for Christmas?
I got a longboard.
A longboard?
Yes, and my parents tried to get me a Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah,
but they were all sold out. So
I've heard that about a lot of people.
So I think that they actually are ordering me one at the beginning of the year because that's when they're getting restocked.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I might be getting a 3DS pretty soon. So
awesome! I got an ass load of socks.
I got some socks too.
But Christmas socks are the best. Like there's something I look forward to freakishly much.
Like I get there's 3 things I always get on Christmas.
All right,
I get socks, underwear, and Cane's gift cards.
I'm okay with all those.
Yeah,
because
I got $125 worth of Cane's gift cards this year.
Damn, I got a $50 one, but
I got a $100 one. So like for every 25 you get an extra 5, and then somebody else gave me a $5 one.
Oh, dude, you are set for life. You're gonna be at Cane's.
I did the math. That is 15 and a half box combos.
Hey Taft, you want to go to Cane's with me sometime?
No.
All right. Well, that's a show, everyone. Again, have an awesome New Year's, and the next time you hear from us will be in the year.
It'll be. I'll see you next year, people.
Yeah, I'll see y'all next year. And all right, so back to the regular, I guess, outro. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just finish this off.
What do we do? Let's just finish this off. Yeah, you can contact the show at collegegamersshow@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at BlueCows with the Z, BLUECOWZ. That is the same handle as my Twitch channel where you can find the show live. Taft's Twitter account.
My Twitter account is TaftFaust8.
8 what?
I ate Cane's today.
Should we be surprised? You can find us on Facebook through the College Gamers Podcast Facebook page. And I think that's it. Is that it, Taft?
That's a show.
Did I cover everything?
Yep.
All right. All right.
And in just perfect timing because all of a sudden my phone decided it was going to update.
I love Android phones. All right. Again, have a happy New Year, happy holidays, whatever y'all celebrate, and we'll catch y'all next year.
Bye-bye.
Later.
This has been a Blue Cow Radio production. Find more at bluecowradio.com.
That was a damn good show.
That was fun. I had a good time doing that one.